Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Can I just see your thumbs up to see if you can hear me loud and clear? Right? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So, colleagues, thank you. Gugulethu Xaba is my name, your host of Amandla Umnotho. It's a pleasure to host you today. Thank you. On the 31st of May, 2026. Of course, our meetings are always recorded. For those that would miss or may have missed these meetings, please go to our YouTube channel, Amandla Umnotho TV on YouTube. That's where you will find a lot of good information reposited there. So it's a pleasure to once again welcome you on this 31st of May. Normally May is dubbed Africa Month, all because that is when the Organization of African Unity, that used to be known by that name then, was started, OAU. And some years later, OAU changed to become AU, African Unity Organization. So we are very excited that we're living during this time. Very, very challenging times, I must say, very turbulent times in Africa. For some of you, which I believe all of you, it's really challenging times for the African continent, because in South Africa, for instance, citizens are marching. They are marching against illegal immigration. They are marching against crime. They are marching against problems that our country is currently going through, which are as a result of bad management and as a result of not running the country properly by those that we entrust power to. And this is not just me saying, this is the reality that I think was, unraveled more than by any other person, but by our own General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi last year, July. And ever since that media statement, I don't even want to say a can of worms, but I want to say a drum of pythons was opened. Lately, we have, after the president decided to establish the commission, the Madlanga, we are having a serious engagement with ourselves as a country, where all of a sudden we see some top people in politics getting arrested, even members of parliament, and we see what we never expected, but we've always known that it is happening. For some of us who are on the streets every day, who are on the ground every day, will tell you very harrowing stories about where our country and what has really been happening on the ground. I believe nani nonke ma Africa enkhona la ninezinto zenu eningazisho ngesimo esenzakalayo eNingizimu Afrika senhlalo yabantu bakithi nokuthi kwenzakalani kahle hle ngempela when it comes to how our country is currently run. We see drugs being sold in broad daylight. We see a new nation of drug addicts, kids, brothers and sisters who are drunk in drugs every day, intoxicated. And I have actually had a very sad, I would say, encounters with those situations where I myself nearly became a victim of being killed by drug addicts right in front of many people in the Park Station in Johannesburg. And one colleague of mine whispered to me that actually some of these guys get hired and paid 5,000 rand or so to go kill. And whilst they are busy killing, they don't even, they are not even their own brains. they actually don't know what is happening with the act itself, because they are totally intoxicated and drunk with this situation of drugs that we find in our country. And unfortunately, much of this has been attributed to some people who are known to be drug lords in our country, and who bring lots of drugs, and who even get themselves involved with drug trafficking and human trafficking. And these are some of our Africans. And that is why I believe that we must be very honest and have an honest conversation with ourselves as a people, as Africans, because this thing of just saying brother, brother, when your own brother is messing your country, this thing is like having your own brother that you are born from the same family with, but when you begin to admonish him and tell him what he's doing is wrong, and nobody calls you out because they know that you are doing something to help your brother, to call him out when they are doing something wrong. I believe this is exactly what's happening in our country. Sadly, it's such a situation where you have a lot of African countries, our own African countries, lambasting South Africa for xenophobia, Afrophobia, because of calling things out and calling a whole lot of what is wrong out that's happening in the country. This includes businesses that we are going to be talking about tonight. But importantly, these countries which are calling South Africa xenophobic or Afrophobic, for instance, Ghana, a beautiful country that I always visit, they are calling us all sorts of names. And right now, as we speak, they are marching against Nigerians and chasing them away and saying all other Africans must go who are not legal in their country. What a hypocrisy that comes from some of our countries. They've since taken almost 300 of Ghanaian citizens back to Ghana. Over 80% of them, they were not even legal in the country. And I believe that, honestly speaking, if we're to be honest as Africans, we must call out that which is wrong. China, 3 days or so ago, issued a statement and said every Chinese who's found doing something wrong, they are going to cooperate with the law enforcement officers in South Africa to make sure that such a Chinese national is dealt with properly and accordingly. But lo and behold, in Africa, not even one country, except when we hear it from certain podcasts, where some of our brothers in Nigeria and elsewhere are really beginning to say, this is true and serious. We can't have people who come from our country messing up other people's countries, and yet governments in those countries, I've not heard, maybe I've missed it, I've not heard many of the leaders of those countries calling out that it's wrong to get into another country illegally and do crime. Instead, it's about retaliation. It's about South Africans are wrong. It's about South Africans need to be taught a lesson. It's about South Africans need to have their companies closed down in those countries. It's about South Africans were taught and given some support during the dark days of apartheid. And it's as if we do not know that not even a single country in the continent integrated South Africans into their countries. Instead, they were staying in camps. And as they were busy staying in camps, some of them they were even arrested. But this is not to say South Africa is not thankful, but this is the revolution of honesty and truthfulness that I believe African people, our African brothers and sisters must start facing. I know here we've got our brothers from different parts of the continent, Zimbabwe, Ethiopia, some Ghana and Nigeria. They come in bits and pieces and they listen to what we talk about. It's about taking into account that every African must be actively involved in their countries before we talk about open borders, where you can be able to hold your government to account. I can tell you, having traveled, that in many countries in my beautiful continent, you can't insult the president. By the end of the day, you will be in the morgue, in the mortuary, dead because you would have been killed. But in this country, the freedom that we have is such that sometimes it's extreme. You can be able to insult Ramaphosa and nobody's going to kill you the next day, because you've got freedom before you speak and you've got freedom after you have spoken. And in some of our African countries, you've got freedom before you speak, but you can't be guaranteed freedom after speaking. This is the reality that Africans must face and stop being hypocritical from all across, from South Africa to Ghana to Nigeria to Zimbabwe and everywhere else. Hypocrisy is not going to help us as Africans if we are to change this situation of our beautiful continent. In Nigeria, we know that Nigerians, quite a few of them in this country, are involved in a lot of dangerous and terrible things, especially when it comes to drugs. It's a reality of us South Africans that they live with. And I work with Nigerian brothers and sisters, and I've shared this with them. And they told me that, Gugu, we know who are responsible for drugs in our country as Nigerians. And I'm not going to mention their tribe that they referred to, because I don't want to sound like I'm divisive to our Nigerian counterparts. But at the same time, they are great Nigerians, Dangotes of this world and many others who are invested in South Africa and elsewhere in the continent. And yet, you've got certain Nigerians who make a very bad name for 240 plus Nigerian citizens in Nigeria who are not all corrupt, but because of the very bad apples that are rotten, which causes a bad name for Nigerians, it unfortunately then, you know what, becomes a blanket statement that Nigerians are bad. And sadly, quite a lot of Nigerian citizens across the world have been banned from different countries. It's a reality that is already happening. If you don't know about it, go Google it. Check it out. We will travel, we know, and we talk to our fellow Nigerians, they know as well. Why is that a case? Nigerian government, Nigerian citizens must be honest and start talking about why is Boko Haram harassing and killing people live on television. And yet when such issues are raised, it doesn't look like we are honest when we discuss these things. I think this is a reset button that South Africa has started. And Ghana is doing it as we speak, and so is other countries. Actually, I was reading today to see how many other countries are doing exactly what South Africa is doing, to say no to illegal immigrants. Because those people are not recorded. If they do crime, they can't be traced, and all sorts of things that are happening in our beautiful continent. It is a revolution of honesty that we must face up to as Africans, and talk about why are we having leaders who are almost gods in our countries. Because many of leaders, including our own, with all due respect to my political friends who are here, but including our own leaders, we elect them into power. They become so, good when they still want power. But once they're in power, whether a mayor or the MEC or the president or a member of parliament, you are not a god over God's people. Listen to them, because when they are raising issues, it's all for the good of the country. Some of us, we know that once you raise issues, you become an enemy. They can't even support your programs. We've been through all that journey. We know how terrible leaders can be. They can become very petty and very, myopic in how they look at things. They fail to take care of their citizens. Right now, we are up in arms towards our parliamentarians, because they said to us, let's have the constitutional review, right? And what is happening now with the constitutional review? They've never even addressed the issues that we raised, and that is absolutely nonsense. We've got to deal with those issues, because those people in parliament, they can't then play God over us when they are merely doing maybe a tick box exercise over our lives. I was talking to the Miss Mtombeni, as you know, that she is very much involved with these things. I'm going to invite her as well here, because we as South Africans decided to do what is right and contributed to our constitution through commenting. And then lo and behold, we don't even get feedback. Why? What kind of a government is this that cannot take care of citizens when they are crying out and saying, we want change in this country. We don't want no crime. We don't want our people desensitized because we simply now are murdering 70 or 80 people every day. We've become so desensitized, we don't even care anymore. Oh, another body has just died and dumped somewhere, and some people have been body harvested, and we just take that as normal. And when the Ngizwes of this world, when the Parelas of this world, when the Jacintas of this world, when the Kumalos of this world, when the Operation Tudulas of this world, the Rise Up Zandilas of this world, and many of South Africans, they are told they are uneducated, they are stupid, they are lazy people, they are fools, and all sorts of names attributed to them. No, it can't be like that. That is what we are doing in South Africa, holding our government to account. And therefore, we are asking for every other African child who is here from Zimbabwe, Ghana, Nigeria, hold your government to account. Tell them when they're doing something wrong. Applaud them when they're doing something good. And this is very important. That's how we're going to build a very true, honest, beautiful, and accountable Africa, instead of just wishy-washing and paper cracking on issues when issues are glaringly there. And that is the Africa we want. Not the Africa of some old people who are hiding their heads in the sand like ostriches. We see and hear some of our old leaders telling us, as if to kind of call us to order, to say, you can't rise up against illegal immigration. Unfortunately, what is called political synchronicity is not yet done. If some of our brothers and sisters are not free in Zimbabwe, they will move over to South Africa because they sense there's freedom there, but they can't be abusing freedom. But at the same time, why are they not free in Zimbabwe? Why are they not free in Nigeria to speak up to their government when they're doing wrong? And that is, ladies and gentlemen, what this month is. I'm talking like this. I'm fired up because I love Africa. I'm fired up because we work across the continent. I'm fired up because we can't bequeath all trouble, bequeath all sorts of nonsense to the next generation as the people who are living in the now. The Kwame Nkrumahs, the Mandelas, all the stalwarts and the people that lived before us ought to be proud that we have taken the baton and decided not to bury our heads in the sand and stood up to say the right things must be done, from Burkina Faso to Congo to everywhere else. Illegal immigrants who are not in the country rightfully and who are not in the country with correct papers must not be in Eswatini, must not be in South Africa. There must not be any South African who goes and violate the laws of DRC, of Zimbabwe, of Ghana, of Nigeria, of Congo Brazzaville, you name it, all other African, of Ethiopia. We have got to respect the laws. And that is my opening rant, which has taken almost 20 minutes. And I think it is something important to raise. You'll pardon me where I am, it's a bit dark. But I'm going to try and see if they can give me more light. However, I am very excited that we are here today. And I want us to engage. I want us to talk. And the big question I asked is, our Pakistanis brothers, our Ethiopians, etc., who are running a lot of spaza shops in the country. By the way, countries we've always said on this platform, in Zimbabwe here, there is protection over certain industries. In Ghana, there is protection over certain industries. In the Eastern European countries, I've been there, there's protection over certain businesses for local people. I know economists will argue that protectionism does not help, etc., etc. We must do this, that, and the other. But in a country with the highest unemployment in the world, you better think twice about such rhetoric and start really understanding that is the country moving in the right direction. But the key question, if Ethiopians, if Pakistanis in the main who are running tuck shops, and the many illegal foreign nationals who are running and cleaning our yards, as well as running saloons. If tomorrow they were to pack and go, the big question I want to bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, ukuthi ingabe ama-South Africans azokwazi yini ukwenza lokhu? Are they able to plug in the gap? I'm saying this because u-anti osiza ekhaya eGoli uthi kumina kodwa sesoyithenga apha izinkwa uma sekuhamba amaPakistan ethu saze salamba. And I've heard that kusho abantu base-South Africa, and I really ask myself, are we really ready? Can we plug in? What needs to be done? I asked abanye abantu la ukuthi basijoyine abadila ngodaba lwama small shops, ama spaza shops, you name it. And those people are here. I've asked them to join us so that nabo bezositshela their own input to this situation. Ukuthi, are we really ready? If we're not ready, what's next? Itubukeleke bakwethu. Ungakhuluma nangesitswana, nangesizulu, nangesuthu, ukhulume nathi sizwe ukuthi wena uthini kulolu daba. Singenza njani ngoba at the end of this session ngifuna ukuthi what are we going to do as a community of Amandla Omnotho, as a community of Rural Chamber of Commerce and Industry? How are we going to turn things around? What are we going to do with this situation? Because fact of the matter is there's going to be a gap. Over to you. Ngesizwe-ke ngaphakamisa izandla siyaxoxa namhlanje sivuleleke kunoma ubani ofuna ukuphawula ngalolu daba. Khona abanye ngizobabiza ngamagama, but ke ngicela ukuthi nina enikhona nonke nikhululeke nisitshele enikucabangayo. Of course, I see my comments, but let me give an opportunity to you to speak to us. Members, angazi ngibuye ngaboni la ukuthi ukhona mhlawumbe ophakamisa isandla. Tiane Sabelo, unmute mfowethu. Emveni wakho uzobaphumzela. Yeah.
Niyaphila baba noNkosi.
Siyaphila mfowethu.
Hayi siyaphila nanje. Ya siyabonga kakhulu mfowethu. Lesi sihloko okhuluma ngaso noma lolu daba esidingida ngalo la. Lubaluleke ngendlela eyisimanga, ikakhulukazi thina ama-South African ngoba lusithinta ngxenye zonke. Kodwa mhlambe embuzweni wakho bhuti obubuza ukuthi are we ready for take over kuma tuck shop lawa onwa abantu laba bokufika. Ngicabanga ukuthi sekuthenini mhlambe komasipala uma bengaba nendlela yokwazi ukumonitor ukumentorisha abantu abangabanikazi bama building.
Yeah.
Just ukuthi kube nento ndlela ukuthi yokuba train abantu ukuze bezoba well trained ukuthi uma ukuthi sebeyalithola lelo thuba kungabe ukuthi kugcina kuba into futhi egcina isixaka noma esigcine sesiyibuka ukuthi fanele ngabe ibuyela emuva kubantu bokufika njengoba bebeyirun. Kodwa nje angiboni ukuthi kuyinto engasihlula and kungayinto ekahle ngoba into efika yenzeka nje ebaluleke kakhulu bathe befika ezitolo bafika baqasha bonodadewethu noma izingane zakwethu lezi ezikhona ezisendaweni. Bahamba bayikhipha ke babuyisana bona bodwa. So uyabona ukuthi umnotho vele kuyawehlisa kakhulu umnotho wase South Africa ngokwaleyo ndlela. So nje bese ngajabula babuNonkosi uma ngaba khona ama channels athize ngomasipala azodila nawo lento ngokwendlela kahle ukuze mhlambe bekhona abantu ukubona ukuthi ikhona indlela abangakwazi ngoba mina nje ngesingami ngisemtubatuba I'm ready ukuthi uma ngathiwa ngokwe training anginankinga ngokungako but kodwa uma kungathiwa ngithola ishansi ngingakhona ukwazi ukuyirun i-tuck shop futhi angiboni ukuthi kuyinto eyinkinga ngokwalenda. Ngibonga kakhulu Nonkosi ngidedela abanye mfowethu.
Hayi mfowethu Sabelo ngiyabonga kakhulu. Ngicabanga ukuthi ukhuluma udaba olubalekile ngomasipala ngiyakhoza bakhona la because they always attend. So ixoxa leyo Phumzile. After Phumzile ngicela uAyanda angene naye.
Uphakamisa isandla manje angiboni uphakanyiswa wapi.
Hayi mhlawumbe ake si dedela uPhumzile sokunikeza ithuba. Phumzile. Unmute Phumzile. Okay, asidlule.
Ngiyabonga baba bengamute ngepolice. Ngithi ngiyabonga ukuthola ithuba kumandla omnotho esukela kudala kuwe sambi conference yokuqala kuze kube namhlanje. Ithuba esingalithola sikhule thina njengoba sesama veterans emakhaya ekhona ama business. Obaba bethu berana ama shop besifundisa nokuthi ukupakisha kanjani imali balwa kanjani. Awusukuthi itolo njengoba sezikhona ama tuck shop bebenawo abantu bakithi itolo kodwa besingabizi iphaza kodwa kokunye ngoba bekuyama corner shops esikhathini esiningi. Ngokufika kwentando yeningi ngo1994 lapho sathi siyazilula ukuthi awukanti ngempela sesikhululekile. Kwathola ukuthi asisakhululekanga ngalendlela ukuthi wonke umuntu wasiyangena infiltrator izwe lethu. Ukuthi itolo zethu zabo baba omkhulu bethu nabo baba bethu zihambe kanjani zisiphunyuke kanjani. Hayi ukuthi ngoba bebengayazi business sikhulile namhlanje ngiyi-veteran kodwa uma ngengithole ithuba namhlanje sinaso isitolo kithi esikhona eMnambithi engathi kubantu abazukulu ngicela nje amandla engekho nisivale ningasivuli ningasiqashiseli umuntu okufika kodwa ke sekufika ithuba lokuthi ngibakhuthazile basivulile fanele nje ngibuyele ngibahlole ukuthi kanjani ngibabonisa nokuthi uma upaka isitoro upaka kanjani uma isitoko sesishoda umisa kanjani. Abazali bethu babe rana be-order isitoko eJoburg besi-order eThekwini siza ngama-goods sisilanda lapha eMnambithi ko-Marshall Givesa sifundiswa ngebhizinisi. Akusinto entsha akusinto engasihlula engikushoyo ukuthi thina njengama-veterans esaziyo ukuthi sikhulele itoro zikhona singakwazi ukuthi siyamukeleke ukuthi sibambe lentsha ekhona ukuthi ikwazi ukuthi ingene. Bazi ukuthi asukuthi uzothesha uthole yonke profit kodwa yonke into uzolibela ubeka kancane kancane kuze kufike lapho kuyakhona. No government nomasipala njengoba kushiwo ukuthi akwazi ukuthi asincedise ngokuthi esikuthengisayo kube sithengisa ukudla okunempilo okunomsoco okungekho expired ngoba itoro zalabo bokufika zezaduma ngokuthi nazi zikhona mawuthi uyethathisisa uthathenga ikhandlela lakhona livutha manje liyaphela bese kuthiwa bayayazi ibhizinisi. Bayazi kanjani ibhizinisi ngoba is from after 1994 sonke lesikhathi ukuyemuva besingenazo yini itoro zethu emakhaya kuthiwa nasi isitoro sakwaXhaba nasi sakamthembu nasi isitoro sakabuthelezi lapho esasazi ukuthi sizothola khona impuphu isaka lempuphu noma isakazana sikhule sikuthola. Manje singajabula ngaba omunye wabajabulayo ukuthi sikuvuselele lokho ukuthi itoro zibuye kithi zizawubuya kithi uma nathi sisekhona sazi ukuthi sikhule phansi kwale toro sikhule sondliwa netoro sikhulile kangaka kunetoro. Angeke ngiqede ngishila abanye ngoba nala ilokushini kwakukhona isitolo sakhabo mama i-general dealer i-fruit shop nebhusha konke kuseblockini eyodwa konke lezo zitolo sasifunda ukuthi ngolwesine kufika inyama efresh enestembe qhamuka le singabantwana. So njengolwazi thina salibona saphila phansi kweyitoro masisekhona abanye bethu sizokwazi ukukhuthaza intsha uma uhulumeni esisiza umasipala abasize konke nge-training abantwana know how to handle the business. Yes, we are there to help and we are ready to do that ngoba sikhulile sazile sikhulile namhlanje siyama-pensioners ngama-veteran but sikhule under those shops. Akukho ukuthi sinkwa sasifika ngesikhathi esifika ngaso kodwa akukho kwakungafiki. Ngiyabonga ukuthola ithuba.
Siyabonga maMphumzile makhulu lawo mazwi ngicabanga ukuthi ngiyakujabulela ukuthi uye wathi abantwana bangasheshi badayise abaqinisekisisa ukuthi bayalinda njengamanje sekuyisikhathi sokuthi ngempela kwenzeke lokho. I'm very happy to hear that ngicela size omunye ofisa ukuphawula.
Ngicela ukubuza ngakhuluma.
Yebo mfethu ngakhuluma.
Ngicela ukubingelela. Ngicabanga ukuthi mfethu lana mhlambe sometimes kubalekile ukuthi sibe honest with ourselves, sibuke even ngisho ama-organs of state akuyiwona angasiza. Like for an example, uma ubuka i-story sama-Pakistan, because I was once involved on such things. Now, this is how these guys are doing. If Tina, we don't do that, ngeke size sikwazi. Uyamuzwa umama lana uthi ugogo uthi sizothenga kanje, sizosithola kanjani isinkwa labantu mabehamba, because into ebalekile ukuthi isinkwa sishibhile, but it's the same Albany. Now into eyenzekayo lana, these guys are using bargaining power. Wonke ama-Pakistani akhuluma with one voice. So Tina, for an example, uma ngase singathengi ko macro la othola ukuthi khona nomphakathi une access, kube ukuthi i-small business department together with abona umasipala wonke ama-wings are possible ukuthi angasiza ngokomnotho. Akubi wona aya embonini lezi noma for an example ugovernment akhona ukuthi akhulume or iforum ikwazi ukuthi ikhulume with one voice ukuthi iphaza shop eSouth Africa noma eKZN ziwu-3000 ku group mhlambe for example izinkwa ukuthi kusho ukuthi bazothenga izinkwa ezingaka, sicela i-discount kulabo bantu labo ukuze ama-price ehle, bese benikezwa amakhadi baregister, bengakhokhiswa imali baregister ukuze bakwazi ukuthi umuntu meproducer leli khadi ka-Albany akwazi ukuthi athole ngeprice reasonable ukuze abuyele emuva lapha. Ngoba uma ngabe umuntu odayisela abantu elokishini ey'ndaweni zabantu abamnyama macro afika athenga isinkwa ngo-21 rand leso uthenga ngaso, kuzofanele afake u-5 rand bese isinkwa siyabiza. So uma ndlomnotho aka-coordinate ukuthi enze sure ukuthi abantu bane-access. And one more, let me give you an example. Tiger brand ngeke ngasetshenzelwa umndiya wathi umalume wakho usebenza khona wanginikeza i-discount i-rice e-Pick n Pay nakobani belibizwa 170 something, but you know we're getting i-rice ngo-59 rand u-10 kg. Then kune-leverage ukuthi sibe silidayisa ngo-120 silidayisela ko-Derby Place le-Maritzburg. So if kuukuthi ngempela si-honest sizokwenza into e-correct, ukona ukuthi sihambe nathi sofuna i-bargaining power, because labantu abaningi baba bazi ukuthi fanele benzeni, but they can. So please let us sit down, mhlambe kube khona i-platform where sizokhona khona ukudiscussa izinto in details nama-wings okuyiwona are responsible. Uyabona? Okay,
wow. Siyabonga. Uthola bani igama mfowethu?
Ubongani.
Okay, siyabonga mfethu Bongani ngoba phela inombolo vele is 417667. Siyabonga mfethu Bongani, ngiyayithanda leyo, but ke njoba ngishilo ukuthi i-purpose yala akubona ukuxoxa nje ukuthi vele sine plan. Usumane wahlala khona exactly kwi-plan ezokwenzeka futhi okuyiplan ya nge-conference njoba siya kwi-conference. Ayanda ake ngize kuwena ngize kusakhile ngiyakubona mashinini, ngiyabona noBenji as well. Asiqale wena Ayanda.
Sanibona nonke kusihlwa, ngiyathemba ukuthi niyaphila. Mina nje u2 seconds wami uthi i-COVID ngicabanga ukuthi thina ama-South Africans isifundisa into eziningi. I-COVID isifundisa ukuthi anything is possible. Emva kwe-COVID sivalekile endlini singazi ukuthi enasiyoke sikwazi ukuphuma yini. Kwasenza ukuthi sithinke out of the box, kwaqala safunda ukuthi siyakwazi ukuthi siyenze imali through social media. Enye into mhlawumbe bizothatha isikhathi ukube kuthiwa i-COVID ayisheshisanga yafika. So I think mina, this is my belief, ukuthi behambile abokufika u2 weeks uyoba umkhulu endaweni kungabanga khona omunye ovula isitolo. Yabo, inkinga masazi ukuthi sine-alternative lokuthi bakhona, then we are not going to do anything. But as soon as kune-vacant shop, angeke, I mean, amathuba omsebenzi akekho umuntu ongawabona ukuthi awasekho. I think bayoba baningi abantu that will jump into that opportunity, yabo. So mina ngiyakholela ukuthi nathi nasi-ready siredi ukuthi nje kufanele sithola abantu abeyimiselayo. Unfortunately ibhizinisi lifuna umuntu oyimiselayo. I think la bebeshaya khona ukuthi bona-ke bayakwazi ukuthi bacommit entweni bangasukuya umgqibelo isonto liyana liyakhiza liyasnowa bahlezi sey'tolo zethu. It's a matter of a question ukuthi do we have or how do we build that discipline and that resilience, business resilience bona that they have shown throughout these years. Ngiyabonga.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Ayanda, you know, kade ngihamba nenye insizwa ye-Uber this morning ngiyibuza ngiyitesta nje ngitshela ukuthi mfowethu lento le ngeke izilunge lento le. Ethi uyabona ema-restaurant kade isebenza khona South African. Uthi uyabona ema-restaurant njengoba nithi abantu bokufika bahambe abahole bayahlala ba-depende kuma-tips. Uthi can South African be able to step up and depend on tips without the basic income? Uthi two, uthi yazi ama-South Africans, kusho is South African. Uthi yabona ama-South Africans, they don't have the patience. So lento show Ayanda is very important, and because tying it up with what this guy was talking about, I think we need to check up really a lot kwezinye zezinto, because what we are saying, or some of our fellow South Africans are saying, it's out of their own experience. And Batabanye, no, man, these guys balale ma shops, whether it's right or wrong, is South African able to really be dedicated to that extent? Angazi ngishela kunina sixoxe bafowethu bawumashinini angazi ukuthi manje bengimbize eqala, but uBenji bengimbizile ngiyamona umduno Sakhile Sakhile aqale kuwena siye kumashinini bese siya kuBenji bese siya kumduno. Keep your hands up, it's fine.
Yes, angibingelele Mr. Xaba, mina ngibiza njengoba kwesizwe khona umuntu owakhombisa thina indlela yebusiness. Mina ngisingami nje ngiqala ukwazana nomndeni 2021. Ngiyabonga kakhulu, ngiyabingelela kini nonke esinanda. No bhuti wami, uSakhile wamkhabela lo emkhanya kude ngaphansi ngimember ye-business chamber, ngu-secretary we-business chamber disability emkhanya kude. No bhuti ngicela uyicacisa le mhlawumbe ukhuma kancane khona uzongilekelela. Kahle abantu abamnyama kade beve ngo-R10 endiyeni. Ngeke umuntu omnyama ngiyosithanga ngo-R15 already ngizoyishiya leyo shop ngiqhubeke naleyo yokufika ngoba unestock esiship. So kahle into ewiso baba bethu nomkhulu bethu ma-business agcina abantu bokuhamba, it's not ukuthi bayizehluleki noma banayo imali, kodwa yilento ukuthi bona bathenga izinto ngestock esiship ngoba bayakhokhelwa already ama-stock abo, bakufakela imali bakunikeza istock basebenze. Thina sinengcindezi ukuthi sicindezelekile siyisupporta thina. Yona into edathi umuntu omnyama ophila under ibusiness le nje ama-shops ecinzelekile ukuthi bamdlula ubaba uGumede bayothenga ku Mr Mohammed ngale ngoba iswidi kuwele u5 ngala kimi u10. Obvious ngazathenga lo muntu kini. Kodwa ke if ukuthi baya move guarantee bafo guarantee ngiyazi ukuthi uzoza kubaba uGumede ngoba phela uyazi ukuthi not u-desperate udinga umnotho ukuthi eqhule sifuna sikhusana sodwa, kodwa if kusana laba akulula bhuti wami ukuthi singakwazi ukukhula. Mina ngithi ngesingami kuswa namhlanje ngiready ukuthi everything engahlenzeka ngigquzela ngisho umkhanya kude under i-business chamber ka-disability ukuthi wonke umuntu akasuke manje ngezakhe inyawo emele umnotho ngakubo. Ngiyabonga kakhulu.
Siyabonga kakhulu mfowethu. Mkhanya kude siyeza noma kanjani. Ngiyawuthanda umbono wakho kakhulukazi abafowethu abane-disability abaphila ne-disability. It's very important ukuthi ba-participate kakhulu. Thank you for your input. Asize kuwena bamashinini eSoweto kwenzakalani?
Leadership sanibona namandla omnotho inkokheli ngeenkokheli kwindawo ngeendawo nase-Afrika iphela. Leadership ubayilo kwamashinini la consistent member yamandla omnotho. Lana ngibeka nje mhlambe yazi kwi-topic eyi-hot potato leader, i-topic eshisayo le efuna futhi nakhona nesibindi sakho Mr Xaba sokuthi uyimele njengoba nje ime ihlome ngalendlela ukuthi we only attending to this matter because we're talking spaza shop at the moment, as you say, because kuqubuke udlame across the board, meaning across South Africa yonke, whereby as usisi ke ake kwabeka before ukuthi ama-opportunity yila evela khona noma amathuba ukuthi nanoma labantu besathukile kulapho-ke we identify the level of opportunities that we can establish ourselves. But let's go back to the basics. The type of training le beyiphuma kwa small business yokuthi fanele abantu bathole mhlambe ulwazi lokuthi bazowarana kanjani lama business to fight against this thing yokuthi thina ama South African ngeke simele le ndlela abaphatha ama business ngayo, meaning they are consistent, meaning if they let's say they leave, if vacuum yakhona, will we be able to fill the void? We understand. That's one thing. And the small and business department, national small business, why isn't it consistent ngale matter? Imele kuze kuqubuke udlame, and then they start caucusing and talking about this particular matter as into fanele addressiwe. Lento izothi mase isimeme kuzothula ukuthi nya ngazathi akwenzakala ngalutho. You understand? And then okunye leadership ngizophawula mhlawumbi ngendaba yokuthi kuke wenzeka ukuthi the supply of goods and services that is encompassed under i-pyramid yamandla omnotho, that is umuntu odayisa mhlawumbe ubhontshisi, umuntu odayisa inyama njengabo Mpendulo kanje ubaba uMbatha, ama-perishables mhlawumbe, ama-detergents njengalama training la esike sawenza laphayana ukwenza insipho yokwenza i-dishwasher nani. That is consistent supply that will plow back to nama-spaza shops in terms of supply. Yinye into ebasishaya ngayo ke leyo ngoba bona sebazakhele i-cartel. That's why ba-protective of i-investment noma i-interest yabo ngalo 10 million ophuma out of the country every month o-collectwa kuwo lama-spaza shop, bese betshala leyo mali badayise yonke i-material, bese ba-distribute, bese bathole inzuzo, and then bese bayihambise bayisela baya khona ngoba bakhanda i-country yabo njengoba as I'm speaking to you. I'm talking about something that I know for sure, I'm not researching that. So into engizama ukuyisho leader, to put together a component, we start with training. People who are consistent in that particular one, who liaise directly with a small business, yokuthi kuthuthukisa abantu bakithi, so that maybe qala like eOrlando azange bavume ukuthi abantu bokufika bevule iphaza, bayivulele bona baxosha abantu bokufika eOrlando. Noma ungaya manje abantu base South Africa abayiranela iphaza shop ababafuni, base bebalekela kuphi eDaveyton. eDaveyton bathe mebexoshwa kuma-Phosphorus nani bayoba nje enye into nje ubusantu kuye eDaveyton lapho inkunzi ebanjwa laphayana iyakubulisa ithi hello. So ithi ngiyeke lapho. So into engiyishoyo leadership ukuthi let's start a consistent program, like a training manual that we know for sure izoba iBhayibheli leka business, small business until we grow to i-supermarket, or bring in the major players, be it your Checkers Shoprite, which is that side of Olifantsfontein. Bring in your Pick n Pay, Raymond Akamen and the sons that are remaining now to give in, to plow back in the community. After that, bona best train sizothenga kubona basivule ngoba bayakuvulela i-municipals njengala iProtea Glen, kodwa betrain, and then abantu bakithi baqale bathuthuke, sifune nje indledlana zokuthi siyaphi ngalomkhakha, and then we can push back. You can't push back ungenalutho, awuna nesenti ebhange, kodwa uthi uzovula isiphaza uxosha abantu bokufika ungenalutho. Ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga kakhulu Mashinini. Ngicabanga ukuthi lokho kushoyo sizoba nayo definitely a response as amandla omnotho kwi-situation ekhona, because ngizochaza nje ngasekugcineni ngoba ibaluleke kakhulu ukuthi all of us laba bane-interest kulesi space basondele ngempela ngoba sizo-involve, si-engage abantu abasemandleni as well as our government ukuthi le responses now sifisa ukuthi i-practicalizwe kanjani. Right, mhlawumbe ke siyabonga Mashinini, asiye ku Benji, Umdu no Hazel.
Hi, Chair. Can I be unmuted?
You are unmuted. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Can I introduce myself? As you said, my name is Benji, and I was invited by my colleague. He just sent it to me earlier, and I think there's a purpose for that. Can I speak freely, Chair? So that
with pleasure, with pleasure. This is a free platform. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't want to be quoted also because I'm a government official.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to share wisdom with the platform, but not be quoted. So
okay, no problem.
So I work for the city of Johannesburg. I'm currently responsible for registering spaza shops across the city. So my wisdom is, because when he sent me the WhatsApp chat, he was like, we are preparing for when Abantu Baham. And I said to him, the only way that you can prepare is right now when you start to get the compliance documents that are required by your municipality. Because that's preparation. That's you saying you want to close the gap that is there once there's a vacancy. So my encouragement to the platform is go and apply for those land use consent permits. Go and apply for those fire certificates. Go and apply for those health certificates, also known as certificate of acceptability. Go and prepare yourself in terms of compliance. Because once you are compliant with your municipal bylaws, you are then able to access the Spaza Shop Fund. And Makufika Spaza Shop Fund, they don't want anything else. They want compliance documents. And those are municipal documents that you need to get. So I'm encouraging our people, whoever is here and not here, please, when we talk, when we have a discussion with them, even after this meeting, make sure that you're compliant. And then in response to Ntate Mashinini, not to you, directed to you, but to the platform, Jumbo, which we have a very strategic partnership with as the city of Johannesburg. They have a spaza shop program that they have done where they're encouraging spaza shop owners, local spaza shop owners, and this is for local spaza shop owners, to buy in bulk. So, for instance, as an example, they give you a free delivery for 15,000. So let's say Ntate Mashinini plus the 4 members here each contribute 3,000. And then that 3,000, if you total it times 5, is 15,000. What Jumbo will then do, Ntate Mashinini, is to come to your shops, personally take your orders, and then after taking your orders, they will then come back again and drop them off or deliver them. Also, in addition to that, they will also give you marketing material, which you will then use to promote the products in your spaza shop. Which in Amtland you're going to special sensi or whatever, sample. They give you those things for free. They deliver those things to you for free. As long as you are on their database, you've registered and you have that card that says that you have registered as a spaza shop. So it then deals with my issue with bulk buying and also the discounts that we've always complained about, which our people do not have the advantage of discounts. So you get those discounts. But also, Chair, I want to share with the platform an app that we've encouraged spaza shop owners in the city of Johannesburg to take. It's for free, and it assists you with keeping your spaza shop clean in line with Regulation 638. Regulation 638 is a regulation of the Department of National Health in terms of how food handling businesses are supposed to handle food. So, Nyanicela, Chair, if I can just say it loud now, the name of the portal that you must download on your phone is for free. It's Spazamisa with a PH. Spazamisa with a PH. S for sugar, P for Peter, H for Hamilton, A for Africa, Z for Zambia, A for Africa, M for Mara, I for International, S for sugar, A for Africa. It's Spazamisa. It's under a DIME. It's called DIME program with the UNDP. Please Google it, Chair, and then share it with the platform. Once you are there, it takes you about 1 or 2 minutes to register. What it does, that portal, it runs at the back end. They have again artificial intelligence, where if we are Tata, Chair, uvula camera yako and you scan your shop, it will then tell you where your shop is clean or dirty. Even if unamagundwan, it will tell you that there are traces of amagundwan. And this is what you are supposed to do to deal with amagundwan. So if your shelves are also dirty, that thing, it runs sort of a health inspector ifikile shopping lako and talking to you. But it's an AI tool. that you can use while you are busy into trying to get your shop to be clean, to be compliant with health regulations, and also to deal with foodborne illnesses or fatalities. So please Google that Phazamisa. It's for free. It's supported by the UNDP. It's for free. Please, you can get it. And then I want our conversation also, Chair. I'm sorry for taking long, but
Sure,
it's just
sure.
that, yeah. I also want our conversation to be broader. Let's not only focus on spaza shops. There's a huge amount of informal trading that also is going to be available. And these are for people that are not interested in owning spaza shops. Also, there's lots of help, there's lots of assistance, there are lots of grants there that you can get from also is Spaza Shop Fund itself. It does fund informal traders. But also if you go through SEEDFA, Small Enterprise Development and Finance Agency, which is under the Department of Small Business and Development, you will also find funding, and also provinces themselves. For instance, in Gauteng, the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, they do have a fund for informal traders. And I'm sure at KZN or whichever province, you will find such grants and funds. So please also focus your discussions on a broader informal economy sector, where also the informal traders themselves, that are people that are interested in informal trading, that want to take up spaces, they must be also accommodated in this conversation. And we must make sure that we also support them and prepare them in terms of the work that they do. Because also they are also involved in cooking, Nasestrading. So they also need those health certificates for them to be compliant with their municipal bylaws. So also let's have them in this platform, but also entertain their request and need for assistance. And then I also support the idea yaga Ntate Mashinini in terms of buying locals. So what we've done is the City of Johannesburg, we have partnered and with Proudly SA. So Proudly SA, it's a bigger player, strategic player in this space, where they are promoting buy local as part of their program. So you will see if you contact Proudly SA, particularly for KZN, for whichever, they will tell you the number of local manufacturers in your municipality or your province that they are then supporting to make sure that they produce in bulk, and to link them also with informal traders and spaza shops. So I think also there's an opportunity for us to help the local manufacturers that we have in our own spaces, in our own locals, in our own townships. We all know someone who's manufacturing soap. We all know someone who's manufacturing, and those are people that can easily supply locally made products to the spaza shops. In that way, you're not only addressing the ecosystem as spaza shop, but you're also addressing the issue of manufacturing. So there is that value chain, that ecosystem that is linked to each other, which focuses on manufacturing, but also supporting spaza shop and informal traders. And then I think, just as my parting shot,
Sure.
Spaza Shop Fund, if you look at the numbers that have been released by the Department of Small Business and Development, you will realize ukuthi KZN is leading. And it's because what the provincial government did, unlike the other provinces, they developed app that they then linked with small business and development as part of the application process, and also as part of applying for your spaza shop permits and so forth. So that app has really fast tracked and expedited applications from locals in terms of spaza shop permits. And you guys have done very well as KZN, and congratulations in that regard. But also, what I want to say is that with that number of it's over 1,000 of the spaza shops that have been approved to get access to the spaza shop grant. There is also a responsibility, Chair, to know who exactly are these people. And this is where DSBT is coming short. It doesn't want to tell us who are these people. So I think also at your level, that's where you need to engage with DSBT to really know who are those people, so that also when they are supported or they need empowerment, it is strategic, it's not ad hoc. Because all of these 1,000 spaza shops, particularly in the KZN, that are going to be receiving funding and have been shortlisted, we are going to have an issue of them wanting the type of support that we are discussing in this meeting, including how do we then link them with the local manufacturers. So I think there is also side conversations that needs to be to happen, particularly with Proudly SA, particularly with the Department of Small Business and Development, National Empowerment Fund, and SIDFA also. All of these partners, including Jumbo, please, in your discussions, do not exclude Jumbo. They are very strategic in what they're trying to do. They are launching in Gauteng on the 17th. I don't want to mention this, but there is going to be a launch on the 17th of June where these guys are launching particularly that program and making it mainstream. So, Chair, please be on the lookout. I'm going to exit the platform because I need to go. On my weekend. So I'm going to go. But there are requests that I've seen of people wanting my contact
Benji.
details.
I Benji.
Yes, sir.
I think on the request of the contacts, don't share with the platform. I want to protect you as an employee because you came here unofficially. We are going to engage you formally. Our platform is national, by the way. So I've shared my number on the sort of like a chat box. Take my number.
I'm using my phone. It's giving me drama. I've been wanting to write chats. I don't know why. Because I'm trying to get to the chat box and I can't. I don't know. I didn't use my laptop.
Take a pen. You can take down my number. Everybody knows my number.
Okay, please give it to me, Chair.
0833
083
0833
Yeah, Chair, I'm listening. 0833
011
011
825
825.
I live in Joburg. I live in Joburg, by the way, but we'll talk.
Okay, cool. And then I'm sure there were people. Chair, don't you want to maybe give the people that had requested my number an opportunity maybe to ask questions so that I can respond? Yeah.
That is perfect. I was definitely going to do that. Let's go. Let's get people to ask you questions. And thanks really for availing yourself. Apologies to your wife on our behalf. Just anyone who wants to ask Benji a question, coming in with a very useful piece of information. Please just raise your hand. I see there are those that would have wanted to say something. I've noted you, but for specific questions to Benji.
I didn't get your name. Please give me your name, Chair, also, in the meantime, while we're waiting.
Gugulethu Xaba.
Okay, Ntateka.
Yeah.
So, Chair, it seems like there are no questions, or maybe people are very shy. So.
Okay, can I come in, Chair?
Yes,
Lisa.
Yes. Okay, Chair. Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, I'm just taking this opportunity before ngiphuma la bazongilanda. So what I would say thank you very much to Bathu Bangonj. Benji. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Benji. Actually, there's not much that I'm going to ask because as far as I'm concerned, everything is just clear. You have shared the what you call the information. Actually, I want you to rest assured and also to be very comfortable that as an official, these are the stakeholders that you are supposed to be working with. Even when you are here, nobody's going to quote you and whatsoever, because it is a responsibility of us as in the government to share all the information that we can. It doesn't matter which day and it doesn't matter which hour, but it is mina commenter for what we have done. Yeah, just to introduce myself, Umam Hazel Mbelelo, Department Employment and Labor. Deploy corner, MP.
So, thank you.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, lapho khona you are so protected. But bengicela ke ukuthi sithathe sengibeka lo daba ebengifuna ukulibeka ngizokwazi ukuhamba.
Go ahead, Mamumbele.
Okay.
Maybe before Mamumbele, Benji,
yes, sir.
You can be free in case you are under pressure, but I'm just sure once Mamumbele will take her time if she wants to say something, yeah. Or you can again stay and listen to her. Over to you, Mamumbele.
Okay, yeah, I hope angicindezela abanye abantu bafethu. Yeah, I just wanted to highlight something that is happening there. We are born at KZN. There is this system that they have used. for laba abantu bangaphandle ukuthi bahambe. What they did, especially kule emabhasini laphayana erenki nase what is this other place, a workshop. What they did, babakhipha bafaka umuntu, babakhipha, and abantu are doing so well. If I can share with you, ukuthi ene laba abantu abapheka ukudla, they have employed abantu, like in each and every person have employed more than 13 people. I was there ngiyokwenza khona oversight. So what I'm trying to say, ukuthi I'm so happy that chairperson nenza lokhu as ulokhunjana umnotho wabantu. Actually, I've been a member even before nge-parliament yale organization. Now, into bengithi ngizoyicela ukuthi niyenze, ngicela ukuthi at some stage nibize ama-members, even in this platform, what you normally do. Ke nibhale iletter nibhalele kwi-department yami, because there's a program that is called LAP. It's a labor activation program. So lapho we are trying to change ilokhunjana indlela i-system ebisebenza ngayo. Now, I've been pushing issue yama informal traders and nama small businesses. Ukuthi nabo, they must be given an opportunity, because imali has been given to the bigger companies. Ukuthi they are even unable to can account for the monies that they have taken. Now they have to change this space, and then accommodate ama informal traders. Ngenhlanhla ke bangizwile. So we are going to have a what you call a workshop around there so that we can change it. But what I will do at some stage, I will come back and what are the opportunities. But in the meantime, you need to make a call or write a letter to call them in a meeting and present yourself. And an organization, yama small business, and so forth and so forth. And then nibabuze nibacela ukuthi nicela ukuthi enebeze bazontshela ngama opportunities nama compliances at department. The last meeting what I have raised ukuthi we need, because bathi uma ngabe uzo accessa ilokhunjana ilab, and also there's another one la eyayisiza abantu abalimala kakhulu kwi COVID. It's still there namanje iyenzeka. So but now that one you can only access it uma ngabe ukuthi registered ne UIF and so forth. But now what I was arguing is that now our people that don't know that, and the abanye, these are the informal traders, and you are not even putting a program where you are going to go and Nioba workshop. So I think maybe if you can just organize yourself, and then whether it's ila kwi Zoom, it's fine. They will attend. And then mina what I will do, I will forward you in number ka chairperson where portfolio, and also in number ka DTG, so that also Kuma, who is responsible for ilokuzana ilab. So I think mina I support you guys in this thing that you are doing, because I was also arguing the fact yokuthi yebo uphathimthakathi bayakwenza lo, it's good, it's nice, but there was supposed to be a program of saying if bayabakhipha bafaka abantu, bayabakhipha bafaka abantu, so that at the end of the day you don't have a situation where a community is going to say ay but laba bantu bebesiza kanjani besikwazi ukuyothenga, but bona benga understand ukuthi the very same things abayikhalelayo yilezi ezibulala abantu, because that is what we have found out as the department ukuthi ukudla abakudayisayo ku-poisonous and at the same time ku-expired, and so there's a lot of things that we have found out. But now abantu bona abakwazi lokho. So I think you have a lot of work to do, to be honest. So yeah, you're gonna ukulokhunja. So the last one, I think you must also encourage abantu aba-producer, kunabantu ama-individuals, kunabantu abama-cooperatives as well, kunama small businesses that are producing food. The last, I think about 3 years ago, I was approached by another person, elime ilokhunjana inile i-mushroom.
Yeah.
Eyilimile isi-ready, ifanele ukuthi angithi uyayazi i-mushroom akufanele ngehlala isikhathi eside. Igcine siwu-poison. So now ibisifikile esikhathini sokuthi ivunwe ihanjiswe. I had to run around like a helpless chicken ngibatholele i-market. Nga-end up ngibatholele i-market eyayingathi issue, but at least yabuya imali yabo, azange babe at a loss. Nabanye abenza ama-obhontshisi nani kanjalo. And for that matter, a process, kukhona i-concept engizama ukuyenza enkandla esigodini sikaMbhele. engizama ukuyenza ukuthi abantu bakwazi ukuzenzela, bakwazi ukuba nawo ama-supermarket. But for now, because we have this emergency issue, yes, Paza, there's nothing wrong ukuthi basebenze in le supermarket or inhlangana ngazi le ijam. Yes, because now we are at a cross lokonjana, we have to implement now. But in future, you need to make sure that you collect data of every person that is producing, be it in Northwest, be it in Gauteng, be it in KZN, everywhere in the country, so that you have that data. Then that thing is going to assist a lot. Yeah, thank you very much.
Ma'am Bell, I nearly said to point of order, like they say in Parliament. Thank you.
To say that. Manje, I as a member, so you can say it.
No. It's actually beautiful that we have got members of Amandla Mnotho who are here, who have been here even before they became members of Parliament. We've got Uzwakele as well, Mthethwa, who is our member, and we Rural Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and many of you, Mamon Pele, who are now here coming to contribute and telling us that you can assist us. We are really humbled and so excited. Please, can you just share with me your number? I think it's there on the WhatsApp groups, but drop your number so that we can take forward these suggestions, very powerful suggestions that you have shared with us today. Truly appreciate. We are going to invite some of the members of Parliament to be here to help us, because this requires all of us. It's there, it's 0833 011 825. 0833 011 825. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Sure. Right. Ngicela singasekugcineni umdu bese kuba ulindiwe. Can you unmute? Okay, Lindiwe. Mbata, unmute. Okay. Babu Mashinin, let's move to you.
Good evening, guys. Yes, good evening, guys.
Oh.
Yes.
Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
You are doing well. Yes, you can hear me.
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. What I'm going to ask you, I think it's different from what we are talking about, but it's something that I've been trying to do where I'm staying. I'm staying in Red Hill in Durban, and there is a vacant. Before it was a crash for children, and then I went and applied at Department of Public Works for that building, and then I clean it and I send the photos, and they said I must send an email and a letter. I apply. This year it's the third year. I even did the follow-up on that building, but still there's nothing that is happening. They told me that they're going to re-advertise. Initially, I went to Peter Maritzburg at the head office, and then they say they're going to help me and allocate the place, because I tried to clean it, and it's close to the primary school. And now there is a lot of paras and thugs are staying in that place, but they don't want it. They told me that there were two people who applied for it. It's an Indian lady and me, but there's nothing that is happening. This year, 2026 is the fourth year, and I've been sending the email, trying to do the follow-up. Nothing is happening. So I don't know. I went to the council at Greenwood Park.
Okay, Lindy. I don't know, because what exactly do you want? Lupus is all thing over. Nothing that we condemn masipala le.
But I Department of Public Works in Dow. But mangenza nje application in a follow-up, there's nothing.
Yeah, no. Yeah. No. It's a thing of Public Works. So it's the first time we platform here. It's a thing of Public Works with back season. Mhlawumbe ngikona kuKwaZulu Natal ngithi.
Yeah, but KZN bot.
Yeah, look, uMaricon over Public Works la, please ngicela nisize udadewethu. Yeah, ngicela nisize udadewethu about isicelo sakhe ngoba specific still no Public Works ufuna, right? Samsung, do you want to probably respond to Lindy? I don't know the name. It's just written Samsung.
Nongozi, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, go ahead, Bob.
Okay, sorry, Umdula, man. I struggled to unmute.
Yes, Bob.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the very informative evening. I think for me, I want to start firstly by mentioning that Nongozi. Yes, we can indeed take over and run the ecosystem. However, was it successful? We cannot function without a framework, because even the wholesalers, for us to achieve the great prices that are competitive and are affordable to the communities, we will need to have a framework where we buy together, like Stockfels. We buy together and to be able to achieve those discounts. Therefore, it will mean we need to have structures, whether provincial to district and municipalities, where we could all be registered, so that when we buy to Ujambo or Setigwini, Ujambo can just go to the system and have this account. Each one will have an account which belongs to the entire group. In that way, we are therefore able to create economies of scale, which we can influence the pricing, taking into account that who our customers, your low earning. But that framework requires a discipline. We need to be organized. Other than that, we cannot compete with such a well-run machine of these guys from east of Africa. That's the first point. The second point, running a spaza shop, it requires still entrepreneurial skills. We should not treat it as another grant from the government for any, because the problem is now you will have any other person that is employed going for this grant, opening a spaza shop only to disrupt the system that we are building. Therefore, it's important that there is a criteria, as you can see from the small business development. If we can adopt those criteria also local and implement them to say, for you to function as a spaza shop, you need to have all these compliances in place. Because the issue of compliance is also a demonstration of commitment and the true entrepreneurs that are going to be able to sustain their businesses. And lastly, if we are going to succeed, we need to start looking at the spaza shop ecosystem as a industry, right? Therefore, our dependence of government should be as little as possible. Yes, we require the government to be the enabler of the space, but we should not now be in a position where we can't function. Everything must come to the government. We are dependent. Because the reason of having a business is to move away from dependent to the state. Therefore, we have to be in that place where we run independently and sustainably. And there's one thing which is of the greatest concern to me is government has put aside 500 million. Out of the 500, only 1 billion has been approved or ready for disbursement. Therefore, it means there is a big hole in the ecosystem. There is a big sort of gap where assistance is required. I'm glad that Amandla Mnotho have taken care of this Nonkosi. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on the ground, but if you work within a framework as a collective, it becomes very easy to take success stories from one end to teach the other and implement, so that this whole ecosystem will function without any disruption once our fellow brothers from the east leave. That's my part.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Della. We are definitely appreciative of your contribution. I think definitely that's where we are headed in terms of that proper framework. I do know Guti, there are organizations that are spread across the country which have been dealing in the space of spaza shops. They've devised some apps, they've done this and that. We need that collective work overall. all across. I think we are going to set up exactly that within the Amandla Umnotho platform. Siyabonga kakhulu Doc. Siyavala bawethu in 5 minutes. Ngicela nje ukudedela bokugcina khona uSamsung about Samsung about 2 ngibaza amagama abo. Would you like to just open quickly and then we close? 2 Samsungs. Noma ngumkhize ngibonethi isandla.
The only concern that I have is that most of the time abantu are not financially literate, and I think involve WNR SETA can help, where they would be offering trainings where abantu they are taken from ungazi lutho about running a business or a shop for that matter. Then babe trained. Well, that's where a basic will be. And then as benigers or whatever funding, but we have seen about benigers funding and squanderisha normally and not having anything to do. A combisai which they were given money and things are moving on. And we'll always have independence to who mean mautena about mabesebenigers imali. If unigers imali ungazange ufundiswe, ufana umuntu enigers spam invalo to pull the trigger.
Okay, thank you so much, Swami. That's a very valid point you've just raised. Let me quickly say this. The plan, ladies and gentlemen, but it's very important, including one, we are going to involve all sitters, FACET, WNR SETA, FoodBev, and many other sitters ukwenza sure ukuthi abantu who are part of this, they are properly trained. As a matter of fact, you may or may not know, some of you, Upagelu Mthakathi is a member of Amandla Umnotho, like all other, as you can see, we've got very rich membership here, including members of parliament and some mayors that are here. I'm not going to tell you who they are, and a lot of other people who are really significant in society and business people. And we are going to put this whole system together soon enough. Upagela njengoba ngenza example ngaye, he's been a member of Amandla Umnotho for 10 years. Besides ukuthi leader these marches, but he is a member, and actually Gwanangoma, where he comes from, already we are implementing this because it's very important ukuthi singabi trapped in this whole situation and come tomorrow akukho into eyenzakalayo and abantu abasakwazi ukuthenga anywhere, all because we're not ready and our people were not ready, etc., etc. Again, we don't want to depend all the time on government. Entrepreneurship, as Dr. Du was saying, it must be independent, semi-independent, if I want to put it like that, as a real entrepreneurship venture. But most importantly, Ojambo and everybody else, we are going to involve them for sure, or macro, you name it. But most importantly, we are going to push towards creating a value chain as linked backward. Equals ukuthi laba producer vegetables, everything else, they can supply these people direct, because that would create a new economy altogether. So that as much as we have to rely on big wholesales, etc., but we've got to create our own ways of making sure where there is vegetables and other things are concerned, there is this supply that comes through the entire value chain, so as to create new money and new economy. So bengita ngisho ukuthi izokwenzeka kanjalo. Number 2, with Amandla Umnotho conference, which is coming on the 25 and 26th of next month, which starts tomorrow, which is June. I'm going to ask that all of you register. It's only $750, but if you are a member of Rural Chamber in good standing, you've already paid the price there. You pay about 600 Rand. You get in there, you'll be part of that, because so is kuluma ngazo zonke lezo zinto, including the launching of the new franchisee ezoba we same level neMark & Bean. Njengoba nibonile ukuthi khona co-founder yakhona ezobe ikhuluma ngalokho. And ama-restaurant okuqala nje, as we always say, they are a good catalyst because they link back to a primary production where you've got to source the supply. It becomes easy and better ukunikeza abantu ama-contracts to supply all sorts of things that needs to be supplied if you've got, for instance, a restaurant portfolio. Angifuni ukuyikhulumela eziko le because it's very big. 2, kuzobe khona uSibonelo Mbatha niyamazi we-PetroConnect ozobe launcha i-Connect Energies okuyi-brand entsha sha. uSibonelo is our regular kuMandla Omnotho, and he has been speaking to our conferences. He owns over 10 filling stations, and he has been able to secure over 200 filling stations. Many of the members here, they got filling stations through our platform and through Sibonelo. Uzobezo launcher something revolutionary as a spreader right across the country, and you cannot miss that because those are some of the franchises ezofanele ukuthi niwathathe nina as members as we move along. I'm going again to unpack it because he will be there to unpack that. And 3, we'll be having for instance, Utobeki Lendlovu, you know her, who's going to be launching Gated Estate. We have created our own rural gated estate. You cannot miss that to see practically things we have been talking about as dreams, which have materialized over years. These are things that you need to partake in and be part of. None of us with what's going to be happening in that huge thing, because you are part of this community and you need to benefit as well. And you need to know where to plug in, because akukwazi ukuthi singenza yonke into all by ourselves. We need you. And 4thly, we are definitely going to be having abantu be-sugarcane. Kuzobe khona isimanga se-venture ezobe izosiza abantu be-sugarcane ukuze bakwazi ukuplaga in kwi-ethanol plant ezokwakhiwa entsha nayo esingeke siyikhulumele eziko, because one of the presenters here from Dubai has been there and spoke briefly about it, but today it's materializing. And there will be a lot of other opportunities. Njengoba sikhuluma ngama-spaza shops, so simeme ama-DFIs, ama-companies azobezokhuluma ukuthi how do you plug in and become part of this. And Nabo Jambo, actually, we want to invite them, and then many other institutions abazoba part to help you as entrepreneurs who's ngwazi ukupusha umsebenzi wenu eniwudingayo. Kuzobe khona ke eMaswati, I'm very happy ukuthi uzobe khona uNdlunkulu wethu uNozizwe Mulela Zulu Smarty ukuthi uNdlunkulu wethu oseswatini MD weSwatini Bank. So uzobezokhuluma futhi naye ngoba we Africans, we're going to be speaking broadly about quite a lot of things. And abantu abaziyo eSwatini, we are launching our factory Icathulo this year. Yakhiwa yintsha, the first biggest factory in Eswatini, just to demonstrate to you ukuthi asikhulumi ngezinto ezingenzeki, sikhuluma izinto ezenzekalayo la, and sifuna what we call practical economy. And there will be other ministers abazobe bekhona abanye ngisakhuluma nabo. We're expecting 500 plus entrepreneurs, and you must be part of that, so that ni register isikhathi sekhona nesikhala sekhona. And in the evening of the 26th, so we see ne gala dinner nama awards. Only 200 people there will issue a pamphlet yakhona only this week. Ukuthi wonke umuntu ofuna ukuba iphathi yakhona, the seats there will be limited. It's a separate deal altogether. But the conference lenkulu from Thursday and Friday. Golf, unfortunately, we may no longer have it ngenxa yokuba short kwesikhathi, and ngiyaxolisa kuma-golfers wami abakhona la, especially uGoqo nomfowethu engingakabazisi ukuthi kukhona okuzobe ushintsho oluncane benogatsheni, but sokhuluma ngakho ngenxa yama-khiqhiqi athizeni. So but all I'm saying ukuthi please come, be part of this. And so amema futhi the honorable members of parliament who were here will even invite umfowethu lo kade khona la wasedepartmentini eGauteng ukuthi azocacisa kabanzi as we look into how do we seize this space. And may you all have a good day. uNkulunkulu anibusise. Mbona isandla sodwa laphana ngazoma sisale ngephutha before ngivale.
Nonkosi.
Mfowethu.
uDanisa mfowethu ekudala ngiphakamisa angawajwayela amafoni.
Khuluma ke Danisa, wena ucela.
Thank you very much my brother. Nokuthi I'm a last caller. Ngibazwile bonke futhi abakhulumayo, kodwa angiveze nje ukuthi ngingaphe ebaqulusini KZN, ngu-chairperson we-business forum yakhona, but naseZululand ngine-influence enkulu. Ngizwile abafowethu ade bangena bangale Mtuba and surrounding nomfowethu wasemkhanya kude ngeze umfowethu uhezela ushaya indaba ezinkulu kungena nanomfowethu udadewethu laphana MP kodwa ngithokoza ukuthi mfowethu ngikwazi kudala awusiyi fake nike nafikela abaqulusi neminyaka nemidala edlanza ukuthiwa imiplo umnyaka namba nomfowethu ubaba umhlophe ukuthi ile kungithokoza kakhulu lokho
Zwide
ngibawula ngokuthi ke mfowethu ukhona uthe kufuneka si-establish ama-forums around lapho esikhona khona ngicela ukuthi ke one I had a meeting kwi-Central Friday and Bhekuzulu nabantu bama-tuckshop they are plus minus 40 esenginabo
from next week
Tuesday to Wednesday ngizobe ngihlangene
enhlahle
bese kuthi lingakapheli lelo viki ngiyohlangana nabanye abafethi bama-tuckshop and saloons abangale ngode nako-mining area I think yazi izulu noma ke abaqulusi ngithi angikuphendele leso sithombe mfana ngingafuna inamba yakho ngahlupheka uNkulunkulu emuhleke ikhona uzoqeda unginikeza manje ngayispreada nami ukuthi kasingene kule meeting shortly engifuna ukusho yini ngifuna ukuzama ukuthola baba uNonkosi angazi noma ngizokuthola eceleni yini mfowethu into engibona ibale kakhulu lapha ngoba kunabafowethu labo bokufika okufuna abaphume okuphoqa ukuthi baphume ngifisa ama-trainings mfowethu laba base-Friday Bhekuzulu ngithola bafuna ukutrainwa kuphi ngizochecka ke Mondlo enhlahlile lethi bafuna ukutrainwa based on what kodwa bafuna into yama-tuckshop kanjalo kunje-ke kunento engathi it's hidden from us behind the curtain ngoba kuba ngathi they are subsidized somewhere
yes.
ngifuna leyo funding ngangeza u-MEC wakwa-Proctor nationally kukhona ngesikhathi beqala ukusigulisa abafethu lapho kufika kunemali ayikade nayo Nonkosi ikhonto enjalo naku-small business khonto enjalo ngoba sinazo namanje ama-buildings around us inkinga sinayo ukungena ama-buildings i-funding asikwazi ukurenta mina construction kodwa njengo-chairperson of-business forum I have to speak on behalf of everyone osomabhizinisi kuyangithokoza nje mfowethu ukuzikhulumela ngento ye-agriculture evela ko-Joburg u-MP lapha ngizokhuluma ngento ye-mushroom and stuff but angifuni ukudla isikhathi sakhe esiningi ngoba I'm the last caller but short and long thank you very much mfowethu Nonkosi ungadinwa qhubeka nento yakho yenzayo I think I will contact you esayidini ngiyathokoza
thank you so much siyabonga kakhulu Danisa sibonga kakhulu kinonke nikwazile uku-attenda this podcast is available on our Amandla Umnotho TV on YouTube and thanks nangembono yenu and those who are dissenting as well we appreciate everyone's view is very much welcome. Have a good day and please register and be part of Amandla Umnotho. amandlaumnotho.org.za is our email address. Our website amandlaumnotho.org.za. Good evening and God bless you.